right now.
New on the Nightbeat, Bexar County deputies are still searching for the suspect who shot and killed 27-year-old Serena K. Bain, a young woman who family members say loved her family and loved finding ways to help others.
Deputies were called out to the southeast side for what they say was a domestic dispute that led to the shooting, killing Bain and critically injuring 2 other men. Her stepmom tells me that she wants nothing more than justice for her stepdaughter.
It was just so exciting with her, you know, there was never a dull moment ever with her.
Paris Moschetti is talking about her stepdaughter, Serena K. Bain, a 27-year-old who was studying online to become a substance abuse counselor. When she wasn't studying, she loved being outdoors with her family.
Just going fishing, riding on motorcycles, four-wheelers, dirt bikes, anything that was fun and exciting, she loved it.
Sadly, last Tuesday night,
she goes, okay, well, I love you,
would be the last time Moschetti would hear her stepdaughter's voice over the phone.
15 minutes later, we got a call from, I guess, some people that were there, and they said, you know, she's been shot. She's been shot. And Bobby was like, well, you know, what do you mean? What do you mean she's been shot?
Bexar County Sheriff's deputies say during a domestic dispute, Bain and 2 other men were shot near Loop 1604 and Roddy Road. Bain was the only one who passed away.
How could you take the life from somebody with no remorse? I mean, you caused so much pain to everybody that was in her life.
Sheriff Javier Salazar said witnesses placed this man, Fernando Rojas, at the scene of the crime. However, they do not have enough evidence to classify him as a suspect. But he is a person of interest they're looking for. Moschetti says whoever the suspect may be out there, she wants justice for Bain.
The right thing to do would be to just turn yourself in, you know?
The family is planning a celebration of life party in honor of Bain as soon as she's cremated. As for Rojas, who is only a person of interest right now, deputies say he's also wanted on 2 drug warrants. If you have any information, you're urged to call the sheriff's office at 210-335-6000. Rojas is believed to be armed and dangerous.
New on the Nightbeat, more than a year without justice. The family of a gas station clerk who was robbed and murdered say they're still looking for answers. The Night Team's John Paul Barajas spoke with the clerk's sister, who's still trying to come to terms with her loss.
These were the last moments of Polly Ann Smotherman's life, working the night shift at an Easy Mart in Garden Ridge off of FM 3009. When a masked man came in with a gun and bag, demanding all the money and lottery tickets.
I finna hit you, you moving too slow.
There was no reason. He had already gotten everything. He was on the way out the door and had her turn around and shot her. So there was just absolutely no reason for it. Right here, in the back of her head.
Harriet Rahman wants to know why the man decided to kill her sister, why her sister said yes to coming into work on her day off, and why this man still hasn't been caught for a murder he committed in July of last year.
I went in there for the first time the other day just to stand where she was on the video and to get her perspective of when the guy came in and see how she felt. And it was kind of eerie and kind of surreal.
Rahman says Pollyanna, better known as Pam, brought so much charisma and laughter to every family gathering, often dressing the part. This year, without her at birthdays and Christmas, cracking jokes has been a constant reminder that Pam's killer is still walking free. Something their sick mother hopes will change sooner rather than later.
She's not doing well within her own health, and she had mentioned the other day that she just wants to at least be there long enough to see this man be put to jail.
Rahman says police do have a person of interest but still have no suspect. So if you have any information, you are asked to call Garden Ridge Police. If your information leads to an arrest, it could get you up to a $5,000 reward. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
John Paul, thank you. Also new tonight, we're learning the 25-year-old woman killed in a fiery wrong-way crash this weekend was a registered nurse with Methodist. Daniela Lute was a graduate at Texas A&M Corpus Christi Nursing School. She was an RN for 3 years and was recently promoted. Lute was also working on her master's when the fatal crash happened. Her mother tells me Lute loved animals and she loved helping those in need. Sadly, Lute was one of the 2 women who died after a suspected drunken driver crashed into their Nissan on I-35. That suspected drunken driver is facing 2 counts of intoxication manslaughter.
Other stories we're following today: shot in the front yard of a house on the west side. San Antonio police say a man is dead tonight, and the person allegedly responsible is his ex-girlfriend's dad. The Night Team's Jonathan Cotto breaks down what happened.
There was heavy police presence at this West Side home after reports of a shooting around 4:30 this morning. A neighbor who lives right next door to the crime scene says he doesn't know what happened, but he came outside after hearing a woman scream.
So I came outside and I saw somebody on the ground, and I thought they were drunk or passed out, or maybe they hit their head on the concrete. And so I went over there, and my neighbor was on the phone with the police department.
Now, this is the vehicle police say belonged to the victim's ex-girlfriend. He arrived on scene early this morning and began to vandalize her car moments before running onto the front yard. And it was when he got onto the front yard, police say the owner of the home came outside with a gun to confront him, fired one shot as the victim rushed towards him. Police say the homeowner told him to leave his property. Ramirez says as his neighbor was on the phone with police, he began to perform CPR.
I don't even know who he was. Like I said, I thought it was my neighbor.
Okay.
And when I just saw it wasn't him, I didn't know. I just did what he told me. He said, do compressions. So.
EMS arrived shortly after and worked to save his life, but the 29-year-old was pronounced dead at the scene. The investigation is ongoing. Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Taking a look around Texas, South Padre Island police are looking for a motive behind the murder of 3 women at a home there. A 23-year-old man has been arrested in connection with the murders, but police have not released his identity. The women were found shot to death this morning after police responded to a family disturbance call. The suspect was not at the scene when police arrived, but he later turned himself in. The victims' identities have also not been released, but we know that they were all from the Houston area.
Meanwhile, in El Paso, U.S. Customs and Border Protection says shots were fired at one of their agents during a routine patrol. It happened Friday. Authorities believe those shots actually came from the Mexican side of the Rio Grande. Border Patrol says no one was hurt and the suspects were seen fleeing in a car. It is believed around 20 rounds were fired towards that agent. The FBI now investigating.
Outside with Live Cam tonight, wrapping up what has been a hot but pretty seasonable August weekend for us. Temperatures made it back into the mid to upper 90s this afternoon, but that's about where we should be this time of year. It is still plenty warm out there at the airport. Temperatures are still in the low 80s, but thankfully we've got a lingering breeze. Winds still out of the southeast between about 10 and 20 miles per hour, and that breeze is really going to help us out over the coming days, including tomorrow. Our high temperatures jump back to near 95 Monday afternoon, but we'll hold on to breezy conditions for several days this week. If you've got kiddos heading back to school this week, we're going to detail this school week forecast for you coming up in just a bit.
Turning to the coronavirus and the latest numbers for Bexar County. As of Friday, our 7-day average of infections was at 1,346. And in our hospitals, 1,002 people currently fighting COVID, with 273 in the ICU and 158 on a ventilator. Amid the increase in hospitalizations due to COVID-19, BAMC is taking on more trauma patients from across the state. In total, 22 counties will transfer their higher level care patients to the medical center so they can make room for COVID patients. BAMC is a level 1 trauma center, and this is the 3rd time since the pandemic began they've taken on more trauma patients.
For those of you still in need of a COVID vaccine, there are some opportunities available for you this week, including tomorrow. Alamo City Barber College is giving the Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson shot from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. The San Antonio Zoo will be giving out second doses of the Pfizer and J&J from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And Second Baptist Church will be giving away the same shots from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. For more information on the vaccine events that will be available throughout the week, just head to our website at ksat.com. Meanwhile, on the national front, just over half of all eligible Americans are now fully vaccinated, but that is not enough to suppress the surge in new cases.
Hospitals in several southern and Gulf states are filling up as the debate over the vaccines and masks continues. Here's ABC's Jana Norman with the details.
Hospitalizations continue to surge across the country, fueled mostly by the Delta variant.
So why are we here? I can't believe we're doing this again.
States with some of the lowest levels of vaccination, Louisiana, Florida, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Alabama, have seen vaccination rates increase, but are still leading the country with the highest case rates per capita.
We would not be in the place we are right now with this Delta surge if we'd been more effective in getting everybody to take advantage advantage of these immunizations.
Florida, one of the hardest hit states, reporting a new pandemic record Friday, 23,000 new cases, hospital beds in short supply.
What we need to do is flatten that curve again, because we are getting patients at a higher rate and faster rate.
There are more children hospitalized in Florida with COVID-19 than anywhere else in the country.
The likelihood of a child getting serious disease compared to an elderly person or someone with an underlying condition is absolutely less. But less doesn't mean zero. These kids are getting sick. We've really got to make sure we protect them.
The rise in pediatric cases has many communities grappling with mask policies as children return to the classroom. Several school districts in Atlanta reporting hundreds of cases. One county quarantining students after an outbreak.
They said your children are here. They cannot go to the classes because they were exposed to COVID.
Florida's governor issued an executive order preventing mask mandates in schools, but some of the state's largest school districts have moved to require face coverings, though parents can opt out. Janae Norman, ABC News, New York.
Still to come on the Nightbeat, the delayed Tokyo Games are now wrapped with Team USA faring well on the medal front. We'll dive into the closing ceremony and what lies ahead for the Olympics. Plus, Northern California's Dixie Fire making history as it rages on, the latest, plus how it's affecting neighboring states.
And the Taliban mounting an unstoppable offense in Afghanistan, the latest on the efforts to stop their rapid advances when the Nightbeat continues.
Now to Afghanistan amid the rapid success of the Taliban.
Yeah, the insurgents now control at least 5 major cities. Continued Afghan and U.S. airstrikes are not stopping them.
Here's ABC's Julia McFarlane.
Tonight, the Taliban steadily sweeping away the defenses of the Afghan government. Video released by the Taliban purports to show entire markets ablaze. Fierce fighting and US and Afghan airstrikes not enough to stop the Taliban advance, turning the strategic city of Kunduz, known as the breadbasket of Afghanistan, into smoldering wreckage. Their fighters patrolling the city, claiming victory, raising their flag in the city square. 5 major cities in all falling to the Taliban since just Friday. Militants also pushing further into Kandahar, the country's second largest city after Kabul.
The Taliban have the weight. They've got the options, they've got the capability. We've given all that away.
These Taliban gains coming just 3 weeks before the final pullout of US-led troops, Afghans fearing the worst.
The Taliban, they're killing everybody. If they control Afghanistan, Afghanistan will go back to 21 years ago. No schools, nothing.
The US has already pledged to evacuate thousands of Afghans who've helped the military, but a grim future possibly awaits the millions who will remain. Julia McFarlane, ABC News, London.
Back here at home, we have settled back into a more normal summertime pattern here for South Texas.
Oh, yeah. And that breeze again. Gotta love it.
Yeah, it's good stuff today.
Just the best, just the best. And it's going to hang around for several more days, so that is some good news. That breeze is not always a guarantee this time of year, and it's that steady breeze that just keeps this hot, humid air moving around just a bit better. So let's take a look at today's almanac. 77, our morning low, very close to average for this time of year, as was our high temperature. We did make it up to 95 today. Today's record high, 104, set back in 1953. Thankfully, we still don't have any triple digits on the planning forecast. So still managing to evade the triple digit mark here in San Antonio for now. Places like Cotulla, Laredo, Del Rio, you've seen 100 a few times already this summer. So here's how our high temperatures played out today. Mid 90s down closer to the coast, low 90s up in the hill country. And as we start to get some of our area school districts back into the classroom this week, our weather is going to be pretty quiet. So I know this week for some of our area families getting kiddos back into the swing of school, things will be kind of hectic. Thankfully, you won't really have to worry much about the weather. We'll just keep the heat around. A very low in rain chances returns not until Friday. So we're mainly just going to be dealing with our typical August heat for the week ahead. Currently, we're still pulling a bit of a heat index. So the heat index, or what it feels like when you factor in the humidity, that's the number in yellow. Here in San Antonio, it's 89, but out in Del Rio, your air temperature is 92, still feels like 96. So Still plenty warm out there at this hour. Reason for that, very high dew points for a lot of us. They're still in the 70s. So there's the humidity, and it's kind of a double-edged sword here with the breeze. We love these wind speeds, still about 10 to 20 miles per hour, but it's the wind direction south-southeast that keeps that humidity in. So can't really have one without the other. Overnight winds will relax a bit, right about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Some spots around 5 to 10 miles per hour through early tomorrow morning. But just like what we've seen this weekend, once that sun gets up, we're going to have another steady breeze. Winds about 10 to 20 miles per hour throughout the day on Monday. And actually for the next several days through about Wednesday, Thursday, we'll have that consistent breeze. So that will be nice because we're going to keep things toasty here. Air temperatures through the week right around 95, 96. When you factor in the humidity, it'll be feeling more like anywhere from 100 to 105 during peak heating hours this week. So even though it will be toasty, we'll keep that breeze in place. Unfortunately, no chance to cool off with an afternoon pop-up thunder shower this week. Here's our rainfall potential over the next 7 days. This very first kind of green contour here, generally indicating around a quarter inch of rain, less than a quarter inch of rain for some of our areas east of I-35, also across portions of the hill country. Basically, we're not looking at really much in the way of rain as we get into this week. Maybe a coastal shower for areas south and east of San Antonio, but for everyone else will be rain-free in the week ahead. And that does include on Monday. So 77 in the morning, we'll jump up to the mid-90s again tomorrow afternoon. Heat index 100 to 105 during the heat of the day. Thankfully, another breezy day for us on Monday. And again, it's going to be areas down closer to the coast that could see 1 or 2 stray showers this week. Otherwise, a rain-free forecast. Now, toward the end of the week, start of next weekend, we will see some lower end rain chances start to fill back in for more of us. Stray showers Friday into Saturday, and then maybe some isolated rumbles of thunder as we get into Sunday of next weekend, a good 7 days from now. So in the short term, getting everybody back in the groove of school here with our district starting mainly just hot. Guys.
Ooh, them kids gotta have them shorts going on, don't they?
Yes, the short sleeves.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Katie.
All right, the closing ceremony is complete and the delayed Tokyo Games have finally come to an end. We'll take a look at how Team USA fared. That's coming up at 10:30 after a preview of Instant Replay. That's next. All right, the Spurs head to Las Vegas looking for their first win in the Summer League. With more on that and what's on Instant Replay tonight, let's check in with our Greg Simmons.
And it's a shame they're not winning because they actually have some good players on that team, including Devin Vassell. And the first fight of training camp for the Dallas Cowboys coming up tonight on a brand new edition of Instant Replay.
Primo 2 of 8 from the three-point line. The inbound it. McDermott's got it for Horn Sound.
Our San Antonio Spurs went winless in the Utah Summer League despite some great play from Devin Vassell and the Spurs' #1 draft pick Josh Primo. Now they're in Las Vegas. Meantime, Spurs head coach Greg Popovich and Keldon Johnson helped Team USA bring home the gold from the Tokyo Olympics.
I just think it's it's part of it. They locked up, and I didn't see the initial why. But I don't play too much in. I think the most important thing is how everybody reacted.
The first fight of Cowboys training camp when they held their combined workouts with the LA Rams. Look at them go. Who started it? We will show you an update on Dak Prescott and his throwing shoulder.
Players, coaches, each other. It's a special game. And I guess you're asking, you want to know what I'm going to say about Jerry Jones.
That's right. Everyone wanted to know what Jimmy Johnson was going to say about the man who fired him more than 25 years ago as a former Cowboys coach finally gets his call to the Hall. Tonight, you will hear what he had to say about Jerry Jones. All that plus Joshua Franco prepares for a trilogy fight against Andrew Maloney. And are you satisfied with the Spurs player additions? Tonight, you decide. Instant Replay is live, and it's after the Nightbeat.
It is good to see you in person again.
Great to be back here. Yes, good to see you back, too.
Thanks, Greg. We'll see you right after this break. After being delayed for a year by the coronavirus pandemic, the 2020 Tokyo Olympics have now come to an end. With no spectators in the stands, these games looked very different. Athletes were required to return home within 48 hours of competing, but those who were still in Tokyo all paraded in together rather than by country. Here's ABC's Mona Kosar Abdi with the details.
Fireworks lighting up the evening sky as the Olympic flame is extinguished. The 2020 Tokyo Games officially coming to an end.
I declare the Games of the 32nd Olympiad
closed.
Delayed for a year by the coronavirus pandemic, some thought these games might not happen. The ban on spectators meant these Olympics looked and felt nothing like those of the past. The theme of the closing ceremony was, quote, "Worlds We Share." It began with a video looking back at the games, acknowledging the challenges posed by the coronavirus. The focus was not the records or scores, but the valiant efforts of all the competitors. Stunt bikes and intricate light shows, all part of the celebration. Rather than marching in country by country, in a show of unity, all the athletes paraded in together, though many had already departed Tokyo, required to leave 48 hours after competing. Javelin thrower Kara Winger, a four-time Olympian, carried the flag for the United States. In the final day of competition, the U.S. women's basketball team defeated Japan 90-75 for their 7th consecutive gold medal. The women also bringing home the United States' first ever medal in volleyball after defeating Brazil. The U.S. finishing the games with 39 gold medals, edging out China for the top spot. Team USA bringing home a total of 113 medals. Tokyo has now passed the torch to Paris, set to host the next Summer Games in 2024. The Winter Olympics in Beijing now just 6 months away. Mona Kosar Abdi, ABC News, New York.
Smoke from the Dixie Fire burning in Northern California is causing air quality issues in nearby communities. This is video taken in Susanville, northeast of Sacramento, just yesterday. The skyline appears orange and hazy. The air quality is expected to remain at concerning levels throughout the weekend.
Yeah, it's really thick and just makes your eyes itch, your throat.
The Dixie Fire grew more than 11,000 acres overnight. It is now the third largest fire in California's recorded history. The fire has consumed more than 463,000 acres. Containment is not expected until about August 20th. And this is the sight in Las Vegas this weekend. The wildfires in Northern California also sending a thick layer of smoke into southern Nevada. At one point, visibility was down to just 2 miles in some areas. Clark County officials put out an alert this weekend for high ozone levels, citing an unhealthy amount of smoke in the air. Officials there are suggesting everyone limit their outdoor activities while it's in effect.
A Chicago police officer has died and another officer is fighting for his life tonight after a traffic stop ended in gunfire. Dozens of officers gathering outside a medical center in Chicago where both of those officers were originally taken. Chicago police say the incident started with a traffic stop Saturday evening. One of 3 occupants opened fire on those officers who were able to return fire. One of the suspects was shot, another taken into custody.
Obviously, our hearts ache for the loss of life. The officer who succumbed to her injuries was very young on the job, but incredibly enthusiastic to do the work. Had time to spend with her family, who was obviously grieving and distraught at the loss of life.
Tonight, the search continues for a third suspect who ran from the scene.
Potential charges could be filed against New York Governor Andrew Cuomo following allegations of criminal sexual harassment. Authorities are investigating a criminal complaint lodged by one of the 11 women who have accused the governor of sexual harassment or inappropriate behavior. That woman, a former staffer who claimed her interactions with the governor escalated when the governor hugged her in an executive mansion and then reached under her blouse to grab her breast. The sheriff's office says it has reached out to the Attorney General's office for evidence and spoke with the accuser Thursday, but they have not yet interviewed the governor.
We have a lot of interviews to do, and you know what? I'm not going to rush it because of who he is, and I'm not going to delay it because of who he is.
Cuomo has acknowledged being playful and at times insensitive, but denies all accusations of sexual harassment or unwanted advances.
Well, I hope you had a wonderful weekend and that you found a fun way to stay cool. Taking another look outside with live cam. Clear skies for now, but I do expect we'll pull in just a couple hours of morning clouds to start the day tomorrow. Southeast winds still 14 miles per hour. That breeze has been our friend this weekend, and thankfully we're going to keep breezy winds in place for the next few few days. So temperatures overnight will generally fall down into the mid to upper 70s. So it will be warm and it will be muggy tomorrow morning if you've got some kiddos heading out to the bus stop. Again, just a couple hours of a few morning clouds and then plenty of sunshine once again tomorrow, setting us up for a hot start to this work week and for some of us this school week. High temperatures tomorrow, mid to upper 90s, but some spots off to the south and west certainly could touch the century mark again tomorrow afternoon. But another breezy day. South-southeast winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Things are starting to heat up in the tropics. I'll have an update on what's going on in the Atlantic Basin for you coming up in just a bit. Tim?
Thank you, Katie. Edith Murway Traina started lifting weights nearly a decade ago. Today, she hit the century mark, and at 100 years old, she's still going strong. ABC's Lindsay Davis gives us a look at her journey.
A lot of power. Edith Murway Traina is a force. Known for her lifting, what's even more impressive is that she did it all while pushing 100.
Lift is good.
Today, Edith turns a century old, and she's still taking the powerlifting circuit by storm.
Straight up.
She hails from Tampa, Florida, and is already a Guinness World Record holder, the oldest female competitive powerlifter. This centenarian can deadlift 165 pounds and bench press 65. Her strength and determination have made her an online sensation.
As a performer and a dancer, applause was always a very important part of my enjoyment.
Edith says she didn't start lifting until she was 91. At first, it was just a hobby.
I thought I'd just as well pick up a few bars, and they got to be fun.
That fun has turned into a passion. This great-great-grandmother and former dance teacher has competed in more than a dozen competitions and shows no signs of stopping. She's already preparing for another one in November.
Push. I'm expecting I will have another trophy with a whole bunch of applause.
So what's her secret?
I think I became more aware of the need that people have to be recognized for who they are.
Give her a hand, ladies and gentlemen.
And it's the most beautiful thing. I survived on that.
This is ABC's Lindsay Davis reporting. Happy birthday, Edith, 100 years young. Could a 4-day work week be the way of the future? Some companies sure seem to think so. A closer look when the Nightbeat returns. There is a growing movement towards 4-day work weeks. More companies are giving it a go as they rethink what returning to the office looks like post-pandemic. ABC's Deirdre Bolton has more.
The pandemic is changing almost every aspect of work, and it might even make our weekends longer. This morning, the idea of a 4-day work week is picking up steam.
Working 40 hours a week really came from Henry Ford. Before that, people were working 100 hours a week in factories.
Just this week, California Congressman Mark Takano introduced legislation to shorten the work week.
On that 5th day, they're going to have to pay overtime. And for most workers, this will amount to a 10% pay increase.
Overseas, Spain's government is paying companies to test out this idea. Other countries have tried not only a 4-day work week, but shorter work days. The push for a newly reimagined workspace comes as many working Americans are desperate to find a better work-life balance after the pandemic. Some companies trying the 4-day work week say what they started as a clearly stated experiment has increased their revenue and profits.
We're producing the same amount of quality of work, maybe even more so because we're more focused on what's important.
Industry experts say working more hours does not always make a country more productive. The key is working smarter, not harder.
We really only do maybe 4 or 5 hours of meaningful work in any given workday.
Countries which are very, very productive can afford people working less over the week or over the year.
The U.S. ranks near the top of hours worked per year, according to data compiled by industrialized countries, but only devote 14.4 hours to personal care, like eating and sleeping and leisure. 3% less than the average of 15 full hours.
The last time we changed our work schedule was almost 100 years ago with Henry Ford and the Model T factories. Some experts and business owners say it's time for an update. Deirdre Bolton, ABC News, New York.
So you want to protect yourself from mosquitoes while you're outside, but don't want to use bug spray? Well, there's a solution for that, at least for your patio, that is. The details next. More rain means more mosquitoes. Now, it's been just the kind of summer they thrive in. Spray-on repellents are one way to fight back, but if you're not a fan of bug spray and just want to enjoy your patio, there's a product that promises to protect you. It's called Thermacell Patio Shield. But does it work? 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz finds out.
They're annoying and they're everywhere, blood-sucking mosquitoes. So what do you do if you just want to enjoy your patio? Bug expert Mark Vanderwerp says first, don't invite them. Get rid of standing water.
When you're talking mosquitoes, the best thing you can do is limit the places where they can reproduce. Citronella candles don't have a whole lot of potency to them. So there is some effect, but to really kind of have deck-wide coverage, I mean, you would have to start a small fire of citronella candles.
So what about this product?
What if you could stop them in flight before they can bother you? Introducing Thermacell Patio Shield.
The Thermacell Patio Shield promises to create a 15-foot zone of protection. Vanderwerp and his son check it out.
You got it. Awesome.
We've seen a lot of mosquitoes.
They set it up and turn it on. It's cordless and emits a DEET-free repellent vapor. After the full 15-minute wait time, they notice a big change.
I'm feeling less bites.
The mosquitoes that had been hovering overhead were gone. So if you just want to enjoy the outdoors without the skeeters bugging you, our test found the Thermacell repellent is effective. The Thermacell Patio Shield sells for between $22 and $35 depending on the color. Now keep in mind you do have to replace the repellent pad and the fuel cartridge, so that can add up. Online we have the stores where you can find it. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
You know, when I moved from Arkansas, I've learned that the mosquitoes here in Texas are on steroids, man.
I will tell you, without doing a product endorsement, I have that at home, and I can tell you it does seem to work in that small area, but not the whole backyard. And the replacements are very expensive.
Do they find a way to get to you still?
Oh, they still do. I have the citronella of that going and the DEET spray and everything. They still like me.
I was going to say you would need like 10 of them.
Yeah, I think you need more than one. And they are pricey.
Scattered about the yard. Yeah, what I love, Japhanie, talking about the big mosquitoes, because Trina Weber in the mornings lately, she's been kind of chronicling her mosquito run-ins.
I saw that.
Her commentary is always very funny, so go check out her Facebook page. It always makes me laugh. Shifting gears really quickly, want to check in on what's going on in the tropics. We are approaching busy season in the Atlantic Basin, or climatologically speaking, the time of year when we see the most activity. So a big spike in activity from late August into about the middle of September, both with hurricanes and also named tropical storms. So things are starting to pick up out in the Atlantic, and we do have two areas that the National Hurricane Center is watching. These are still east of the Caribbean, but both of these disturbances have decent odds of becoming at least our next tropical depression, potentially our next tropical storm in the next 2 to 5 days. This disturbance here, I know we've kind of got some overlap going on, one farther to the east, one a bit farther to the west. This one here has the highest odds of becoming at least a tropical depression within the next 5 days and could potentially wander into the Caribbean this week. So we'll continue to watch both of those disturbances for you. Still a long way off from either of those potentially impacting the Gulf Coast. But as I mentioned, we'll keep you updated. If any of those disturbances, either of those, if they do get a name this week, the first would be Fred and the second would be Grace, if either of those can reach tropical storm status. Back here at home, we're just looking at some typical August summertime heat. We're at our hottest part of the year. So again, kind of talking climatologically, we're at our hottest part of the year here, where our average highs peak at 97 degrees. But remember, what happens by the end of this month, our average highs drop down to right about 94. So we've got a couple of weeks here to go with our average high of 97, and then I think I say this every year, and then it's all downhill from there. But it's a very slow downhill drop as far as our temperatures are concerned. Here in San Antonio, we have not hit 100 degrees at the airport so far this year. On average, we see our first 100-degree day by late June, so we haven't got there yet. But this is not uncharted territory. With records starting at the airport, we've had 23 years with no 100-degree days. However, most recently, the last time that happened was 2007. So it has been a while. We'll see what the rest of the month of August has in store for us. Currently, 83 in New Braunfels, also 83 at the airport, 92 in Del Rio. So still plenty warm out there and also still a touch breezy. Our winds are starting to relax a bit, but across many locations here, we've still got winds about 10 to 15 miles per hour, and we're in store for another breezy day on Monday. So that breeze really has kind of been our saving grace the past few days with as hot and humid as it gets in the afternoons. It's been nice to have that breeze, and we're looking at sustained winds again on Monday, about 10 to 20 miles per hour, anywhere from late morning all the way through the evening hours. And I'm glad we're going to have that breeze the next few days because we're not going to have a chance of a cooling pop-up afternoon thunder shower. Our rain chances will be at 0 until Friday, and then just a stray shower will be possible. So the bright side with the lack of rainfall, hopefully we'll continue to see the mold count drop. It rose a little bit today from where it was yesterday, but I'm hopeful that over the next few days here with our little mold outlook for you, we'll likely see that mold number drop. So keep your fingers crossed there. The only thing that would maybe keep it from dropping too much would be the higher humidity that we see in the mornings. A quick look at your futurecasts. I'll give you a hint. There's not much to see here, but one thing I did want to point out heading into tomorrow afternoon, you'll notice off closer to the Houston area, a few afternoon pop-up thunder showers possible. So for some of our easternmost communities, Hallettsville, Lavaca County down to Cuero, you're going to carry a chance of a passing afternoon shower, but even there it's unlikely, and for everyone else, no chance of rain at all, just plenty of heat, and a heat index 100 to 105, not only Monday, but also for the next several afternoons. Guys,
stay hydrated, guys.
Yes.
Have we hit 100 yet?
No.
Oh, awesome. I didn't miss it. Thanks, Katie.
You're welcome.
Disney takes a hit as another comic book movie moves into the top spot this weekend. A look at your weekend box office next.
I never had a chance to mourn her.
Stillwater stayed in 5th place, taking in $2.9 million. Black Widow made $4 million for 4th place and a domestic total of $174 million. Old brought in $4.1 million to remain in 3rd place.
Come on, lady.
Jungle Cruise lost the top spot, but $15.7 million in ticket sales gave it a solid 2nd place.
You're gonna risk the entire mission for a mental defective dressed as a court jester. This coming from a guy that wears a toilet seat on his head.
The Suicide Squad debuted on top with $26.6 million, less than expected for the comic book movie with a reported $185 million budget. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Are the Houston Texans going to be better than we think?
And why are the Olympic television ratings so bad? With more on what's instant replay tonight, let's head over to our Greg Simmons.
Yeah, that's a big shock to a lot of folks. They didn't do as well as they thought they would do. And Joshua Franco returns to the ring to continue his trilogy against Andrew Maloney. Coming up tonight on a brand new edition of Instant Replay.
You know, it's a new Anthony Miller this year. I'm approaching everything, very professional. It's an important year for me as well, contract year.
After losing J.J. Watt to free agency, not sure what is going to happen with star quarterback Deshaun Watson. Are the Houston Texans going to surprise us this season? We'll take a look at the addition of new wide receiver Anthony Miller. And with the loss of Watt, does Texas Longhorns Charles Omenihu take over as a team leader on defense?
Training hard, hard work in the gym every day, and, just preparing myself so I could, be the best that I can be come fight night.
And tonight we visit with Joshua Franco before he climbs back into the ring to continue his trilogy against Australia's Andrew Maloney after their second bout ended in controversy. Now, Andrew Seeley has SAFC's game day highlights, and he visits with SAFC's Ollie Wright, who signed his first professional contract after suiting up for St. Mary's University. All that plus, why are the Olympic television ratings so bad? The sports guys are back tonight. Instant Replay is live, and it is next, and the final ceremonies are over.
All over.
You got it.
Didn't even know it was on.
Coming up next, it's a project that's making a spectacular site accessible for everyone. Tell me something good coming up.
Finally tonight, something good.
That's right. It's an amazing sight to see. We're talking 90,000 sunflowers at a Wisconsin high school. And now, thanks to a new project, even more people can enjoy the spectacular sunflower patch. Students added a bridge to the field, allowing for wheelchair access, making it a place that people of all abilities can experience. Sunflowers will be in their peak for the next week for everyone there to enjoy. Beautiful out there.
That is all of our time for now. For all of us here at KSAT 12, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to tune in to Good Morning San Antonio for all your latest overnight news.
An all-new instant replay starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a brand new edition of Instant Replay. Jimmy Johnson is finally in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, along with former Cowboys Drew Pearson and Cliff Harris, in ceremonies held in Canton, Ohio. More on that in a moment, including the first fight in Cowboys camp where the Rams came calling. And is there a chance the Houston Texans could be better than we think? But first. San Antonio Spurs acknowledging a trade that will bring them 7-year veteran forward Doug McDermott that will help them improve their three-point shooting. The 6'8", 225-pounder averaged over 13.5 points while shooting 53% from the floor, but more importantly, one of only 10 players in the league to make over 100 three-pointers while shooting just over 50% from the field. He shot over 41% from three-point range. Pacers will also send the Spurs a 2023 protected second-round pick and the right to swap 2026 second-round picks, while the Spurs will give up a protected 2023 second-round pick. McDermott will wear number 17 in silver and black.
It's like a dream come true, you know, just growing up watching all those teams, you know, win championships, you know, always kind of, you know, modeled my game after, you know, being a guy in this type of system. So, you know, it's just it's really a dream come true. You know, this is a gold standard of the league here, so just really excited to be here.
Now, you're going to need a program this year because a lot of the big names are gone, including DeMar DeRozan. But in addition, they have added, besides the 2 draft picks, Josh Primo and Joe Wieskamp, they've also got the trade going for Doug McDermott, Chandler Hutchison, signing free agent Zach Collins, and Jock Landale of the Australian national team. The Spurs scheduled Summer League game in Las Vegas at MGM Resorts between the Washington Wizards and the Indiana Pacers had to be postponed. The NBA announced it was in accordance with the league's health and safety protocols because of an ongoing contact tracing within the Wizards. The team does not have enough available players for tonight's game. It's yet another reminder that we are not done with the COVID-19 pandemic.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
After losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers 16-3 in the Hall of Fame game last Thursday, the Dallas Cowboys returned to their training camp in Oxnard, California for combined practice with the Los Angeles Rams. During those combined workouts, Aaron Donald and Cowboys guard Connor Williams got into a little dust-up, emptying the sidelines and onto the field. Look at that. It was resolved, though, in less than a minute. But you just see punches were thrown.
It's part of it. You know, they locked up, and I didn't see the initial why. You know, but yeah, I don't play too much in. I think the most important thing is how everybody reacted. You know, we were able to get it under control and get back to practice. Because I mean, you know, obviously that's why the Rams came here, and that's why we agreed to do the practice. We both wanted quality work, and I think we definitely accomplished that today.
All right, while the Cowboys are practicing in training camp in Oxnard, 3 former Cowboys are being inducted to the Pro Football Hall of Fame this weekend. Former wide receiver Drew Pearson, former safety Cliff Harris, and former Cowboys coach and 2-time Super Bowl champion Jimmy Johnson. One of the best moments is when he and his former quarterback Troy Aikman unveiled his bust that will be on display in Canton. But everyone was wondering what Jimmy was going to say about Cowboys owner Jerry Jones.
We did make sports history, not only for the Dallas Cowboys, but for the NFL. To go from the worst team in the league 2 years in a row to winning back-to-back Super Bowls and building a heck of a football team, we did it. And let me tell you, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, Jerry. Thank you for giving me that opportunity.
Awesome. Quarterback Dak Prescott has begun some light throwing in camp. That's after he suffered a strained muscle in his throwing shoulder on the first day of pads back on July 28th, so that is encouraging. Meanwhile, in Houston, the Texans had a day off, just like last Sunday, as they prepare for their first preseason game this weekend. But even with Deshaun Watson still at practice, head coach David Culley refuses to answer any questions about him or his status on the team. Maybe just a sign to the media that the organization is working for the future without him in mind. One of the new weapons on the offensive side of the ball is new wide receiver Anthony Miller, who was traded to Houston from the Bears just last month. Miller spent the last 3 years with Chicago, racking up over 1,500 yards and 11 total touchdowns. But Miller admits he didn't see eye to eye with the coaches or front office in Chicago and wanted a fresh start.
You know, that's exactly what it is, a fresh start, a new opportunity for me to show what I can do. And the coaches here, they believe in what I can do 100%. And, you know, that's all I wanted, an opportunity. And that's what they're giving me.
On the other side of the ball, Houston is moving forward with a new defense under defensive coordinator Lovie Smith. There is no more J.J. Watt to lead the squad, so it's a new opportunity for every player, including Texas Longhorn star Charles Omenihu, who has played 2 seasons with the Texans.
I mean, I played a kind of similar kind of deal in college. It was multiple, but still was a defensive end, fire technique, strong side defensive end, and then a few times at Texas I was rushing side. So I like it. Lovey's defense produced very, very well in the times that he was in the league. So it's definitely something I look forward to continue to strive in.
Omenihu has totaled 30 tackles, 19 of them solo, 2 forced fumbles, and recovered 7 sacks going into his 3rd NFL season. Let's take a look at the Cowboys and Texans pregame games coming up this week. And as you can see here, it includes the Cowboys at the Cardinals. That's going to be on Thursday at 9 p.m. State Farm Stadium. And Texans the Packers will be Saturday at 7 p.m. at Lambeau Field. Team USA is returning home with a goal after holding off France in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics men's basketball finals, 87-82. The same France team the United States lost to open the summer games. Kevin Durant led the way with 27 points, winning his 3rd Olympic gold medal, tying him with Carmelo Anthony for the most in men's basketball. There were rumblings after that first loss that the team did not like running the Spurs offense, but obviously things settled down following back-to-back blowouts. And how about Texas A&M great Chris Middleton? He wins an NBA championship with the Bucks and then jets to Japan to win a gold medal all within 2.5 weeks. Spurs head coach Greg Popovich and Keldon Johnson, part of that winning team, even it meant having to go through Patty Mills and the Australian national team in the semifinals, gave Pop one last opportunity to hug Patty as he now heads to Brooklyn next. The games of the 32nd Olympiad have officially come to a close. All told, 339 total medals were handed out across 33 sports. The United States heavy favorites to top the medal count in every category, and they did manage to achieve that thanks to a surge on the final days of competition. The Americans have won the medal table in every Summer Olympics since 1996, except one, Beijing in 2008. All told, 20 world records are set at these Olympics, 3 by the United States, 2 in the pool, 1 on the track. Here's a final medal count. USA on top with 39 overall gold and 113 total medals. China comes in 2nd in the medal count. Time now for tonight's instant replay poll question. Are you satisfied with the Spurs player additions? Yes. B, yes, especially with front court additions. No, need a superstar to make the playoffs. Or D, just no. Vote now. We'll have the results at the end of the broadcast tonight. The sports guys will break down the new Spurs players and what it means for the team going forward without DeMar DeRozan and Patty Mills. Up first, fight night is right around the corner for El Profesor.
You know, just keep supporting me. You know, you guys are motivating me, so I appreciate all the support coming from my city, you know, from my fans as well.
Joshua Franco is about to battle in his 2nd career trilogy fight when he faces Andrew Maloney for the 3rd time this coming weekend. We got your preview. It's game day for San Antonio FC down in the RGV. And among the familiar faces on this year's roster is St. Mary's University star Ollie Wright. Our Andrew Seeley caught up with Wright earlier this summer to discuss his jump from college soccer to USL. High school football practices have already kicked off, and that means big game coverage is right around the corner. Now, how many minutes will our producer put a cat at Yankee Stadium on TV? You're about to find out. And don't forget, visit the Instant Replay page on KSAT.com to see more from UTSA's new race facility that was unveiled on Wednesday. Instant Replay will be right back.